Hey, welcome back. It's Nolan Mathias, and today is Real Estate Market Update Day, where we go across the country and see what's happening in the real estate market. And this one is pretty mind-boggling. The number of sales in some of these markets is absolutely crazy. And for you Ottawa fans, we've finally done it. We've added Ottawa in just for you. But before we get into it, do me that favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and please hit that like button so more people like you can see this video. And don't forget about our race to 10,000 subscribers. We're only like 1,800 away or 1,700 away. Thanks to the 4,000 new subscribers in the last 28 days. I appreciate each and every one of you. I also appreciate all of you who have been with us from the start. And if you haven't already subscribed, do it. It's free, it's easy, and it's definitely worth it. The definitive guide on how to manage your credit: product, penalty, price, in that order. It's never been more important to get your mortgage right. Okay, so let's get into it because there are some absolutely mind-boggling numbers this month in the Canadian real estate market. It is absolutely crazy. So we're going to go this month west to east, and we are going to jump right in and start with Vancouver. And this is, this is obviously the biggest real estate market in Canada. It is obviously the most expensive real estate market in Canada, although Toronto is creeping up on it and may have actually passed it this month. But an absolutely, crazy month for Vancouver real estate. We are seeing that the benchmark price is up 9.4% over this time last year. We're seeing sales up, and get this, and this isn't just Vancouver, this is across the country. Sales have been absolutely insane, and the sales are up 126% year over year. So compared to March of last year, there are 126% more properties sold in Vancouver than last year. That's more than double, which is absolutely insane. Obviously, the active listings are down. The new listings are up quite a bit, but the number of active listings are down just purely because of the number of sales that are happening. And that HPI benchmark price has creeped now over $1.1 million to $1,123,000. Moving along here, we'll go into our next market, which is my hometown, Calgary, and taking a look at their benchmark price, up 6.5%. Get this, sales up 147%, which is, again, absolute insanity. Active listings are down by 8%, and the benchmark price in Calgary is now $441,900. By the way, Calgary, amazing place to live, still very, very, very affordable. So, if you're thinking of moving out of those really expensive Toronto and Vancouver markets, hey, I got nothing but great things to say about Calgary. Saskatoon, benchmark price is up 8%, and sales are up 108%. Again, more than double the sales last year in Saskatoon. Active listings are down 12%, as we would expect. And then the HPI benchmark price, which again, HPI benchmark price means they have a benchmark type of property that they use for the values. And it is now at $314,300. Now, interestingly enough, this is slightly down from last month, so I'm not sure what happened there, but it is definitely up compared to last year. Now, moving into Winnipeg, we're seeing average detached price up 16%. So Winnipeg was one of those markets that it wasn't really super active when it came to increasing prices. Now, all of a sudden, it is up 16% and sales are up 80%, which is incredible. Active listings are down 42%. So they're having their inventory drop quite a bit, which is leading to that big increase in prices all of a sudden. And then obviously massive amounts of sales. Average detached price is now $370,000 in Winnipeg, which is, again, another affordable city. Now, getting into Toronto, the GTA benchmark price is up 16.5%. Looks like I forgot that little percent logo. Had some trouble finding their active listing data this month, which I thought was interesting. We had trouble finding this for Ottawa as well. I'm wondering if they're making that a little bit harder to find because they don't want people to realize how few listings are there, further fueling the fire to the market. But and it's probably there. I probably just couldn't find it. So don't let me make it sound like Toronto went and hid that data. They just, for whatever reason, in this month's publication, in their news release, didn't put it out there and make it easy to find. Benchmark price is now up to $1,097,565. So just last month or 2 months ago, the price in Toronto was under $1 million. Now it is creeping up, and next month will likely surpass 1.1 million. So if you're buying in that Toronto area, as Benjamin Tal has been saying, expect that housing prices there are going to go up. Just like Vancouver, it's becoming a worldwide destination city as the borders reopen. I fully expect that the Toronto and the Vancouver markets are going to get more and more expensive over time. A lot of conversation around what happens if interest rates go up. Well, if interest rates go up, probably hurts the real estate market. And then a lot of conversations about what happens if the bubble bursts. And if the bubble bursts, well, guess what? Interest rates are probably going to stay low. So, something to keep in mind if you're looking at getting into those markets. One piece of advice I would have is if you're looking at getting into those markets and you plan to be in them for 10 to 15 years, I would certainly jump in sooner rather than later, because there is a chance that these prices could continue to go up and up and up. And if you buy a house and you have to live in it for the next 25 years, well, guess what? 25 years from now, 2021 is just going to be a blip on the radar as far as values go. And you'll almost certainly have higher value prices in 2000 and let's call it 46 than you will have today. So buying with long-term ownership prospects is probably not a bad idea. Moving into Ottawa, a new addition to our data here, and it was the number one asked for city to be added in the comments. In fact, I got asked for it so many times I almost feel obligated to put it in. Ottawa's benchmark price is up 35%. So this is one of the biggest growing cities when it comes to the prices of real estate in the country. Their sales are obviously up substantially, up 51%, although not as much as in other cities. So what's interesting is that their sales aren't as much, but their benchmark price is certainly up significantly more than a lot of the other markets, which I find interesting. That's usually a sign that there isn't very much inventory. And when there isn't enough inventory, that means your sales numbers may not be as high as other areas across the country, but your prices will go up substantially because you don't have the inventory, and therefore supply is more limited than elsewhere. And if it's more limited than elsewhere, then what's going to happen is you're going to see those prices run up faster. Moving on to Montreal, the most easterly city that we cover. Sorry for those of you in Halifax and the eastern provinces. We just haven't got around to adding those quite yet, and the data is a little bit harder to find. So just we'll do our best to bring those to you in the future here. Montreal's median price is up 32%. Their sales are up 8%. So not a huge increase in sales there. I find that those numbers quite interesting. Active listings are down by 16%, so they are having a supply contraction, and their median price has now moved up to $481,000. So what we're seeing pretty much across the country is we're seeing housing prices go up, we're seeing sales activity go up. We are just seeing absolute chaos in the market. And I have a couple pieces of advice to give you. If you are in a market where you have to write an offer without a financing condition, if you're in a market where you have to write an offer without a home inspection condition, and you aren't 100% sure that you qualify, and you aren't 100% sure you have a backup plan, pump the brakes, hold on, and maybe somewhere a little bit later down the road when the market cools, because it will cool. It'll probably cool before the end of the year. We won't be into the same sort of craziness. Then start considering an offer. But make sure that if you're writing condition-free offers, you have some sort of a backup plan, either the ability to buy in cash or a really strong co-signer that will come on, or the ability of a parent or somebody to gift you the down payment if you need excess funds, or just the ability to have excess funds if you need to have a higher down payment. And don't get blinded by rate. One of the things that we're noticing quite a bit right now is people are getting blinded. They're buying the house, but they're also getting blinded by interest rates, and they're just going for whatever the lowest rate is. Understand what you're getting. We're still recommending variables. The reason why is because it costs you less right now, which for most people is a $2,000 to $3,000 savings a year. The second reason is it costs you less when you go to get out of the mortgage, when you go to pay your payout penalty, because it's going to have a significantly lower penalty. And the third is it just creates flexibility. And if these housing prices do eventually come down a little bit, what you don't want is you don't want to have a really expensive penalty that eats up whatever equity is left in your property if you need to sell it. So we're big believers right now that the variable rate, even though it's a variable, it is a significantly safer option than what a fixed rate is when you take penalties into consideration, and you take in the fact that, if you take a variable rate right now, and interest rates do start to climb, well, you're going to feel the climb gradually rather than all at once in 5 years when your mortgage comes up for renewal. Now, as some of you have seen in the previous videos, we have put together a course for people. We understand that, yes, there are a lot of people right now that are applying with Mortgage 360, and they are asking us to be their trusted advisors. And we're absolutely honored that each and every single one of them is asking for that. And we will absolutely 100% take care of all of those people. But we also understand that there's people that are already working with a broker, already working with their bank, or maybe they just want to do the work themselves. So what I did is I put together a course that has all of the information from 18 years of doing mortgages that you need in order to negotiate with your bank or to negotiate with a broker or to negotiate on your mortgage renewal. And I also gave you a little bit of extra information with respect to how much there is with respect to room for negotiation. And I've given you a little bit more information about what actually is negotiable. Are appraisal fees negotiable? Are home inspections negotiable? What pieces are negotiable? And I've priced it at a point that is so accessible that pretty much anybody can purchase this course and get 10 to 20 to 30 or 30 times the return on what they paid for the course. So I would love absolutely for each and every one of you to apply at Mortgage 360 and to have us take care of you. That being said, if you are the do-it-yourselfer type who wants the information yourself and still wants to be able to save 10 to 20 to 30 times the cost of a very simple 14 module course, then I open that up to you. I will put a discount code in the notes section below, or in the comment section below. The discount code, since we added Ottawa this week, is going to be Ottawa. That'll get you 50% off the already discounted price. So if you found this video useful, do me that favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, please hit that like button so more people like you can see this video. Don't forget about our race to 10,000 subscribers, where we are going to give away one subscriber's monthly rent or mortgage payment for a month just for subscribing to this channel. And we'll see you on the next video. Cheers.
Coming down, can you feel it all around?